Welcome to the show. And I have a young lady here, Anna, who's 11 years old, and you're here to tell me something about your brother, right? And what do you want to tell me?
I wanted to tell you that my brother has been beating me since I was about 5 years old, and I really just don't like it.
Your brother beats on you since you've been 5 years old. Why does he do that to you? You're going to be okay, honey, okay? You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be scared. So what's going on with your brother?
My brother has been getting mad, and he takes it out on me.
What does he get mad about?
He gets mad about stuff like he gets mad about his friends not coming over to the house, and my mom, she grounds him, and he gets mad for being grounded for doing bad things, and then he takes it out on me.
Is your mom around to stop him from doing that to you?
Well, my mom always tells him to stop, and she tells him not to hit me and to be nicer to me. He never listens to her.
And how often is your brother like this to you?
It used to be not very often, but now it's almost every day.
He does this almost every day to you? Is your brother ever nice to you?
Once in a great while.
And I can see this is really upsetting to you. Are you scared when you're at home?
I'm scared to go to sleep at night because I'm scared he's going to come in my room and hit me.
Honey, what does he do to you?
He punches me and he slaps me and he says rude things to me. And he called me the N-word.
He called you the what word?
The N-word.
The N-word? Why did he say that to you?
I don't know. And he said he wishes that I would die.
It seems like he's been this way a long. If you're 11 and he's been this way since you were 5 years old, this has been going on a long time. Well, then we got to do something today to make sure that he stops doing this. When this is happening, do you ever stand up to him and say, "Stop doing this"?
I've tried to, but then he just keeps hitting me harder. And he says that there's nothing I can do to stop him from doing this.
And you do go to your mom and tell her that this is going on?
And she punishes him and stuff, but he never stops.
He never stops even when your mom punishes him.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of your brother, what do you think of?
I think of somebody that I can never look up to, and that I'm never probably going to see him as an adult because he might be in jail, or I'll never see him again because he might be in prison for the rest of his life.
And at 11 years old, you're thinking that about your brother. And your brother is how old?
13.
So you're pretty scared of your brother then. And you're scared to go to sleep at night because he might come in. Does he ever come in and hit you while you were sleeping? And why would he do that?
Because he said he hates my guts.
Why would he hate your guts? Why would he hate his little sister?
I don't know.
And you're here today because you want him to change, or you want this to stop, obviously.
And I don't want to see him go to prison. I don't want him to become this murderous guy. I want to see him grow up and be good.
Well, Anna, I'm going to meet your brother, and I want you to know that I'm going to promise to try to talk some sense in your brother so that he doesn't hit you anymore, that your brother doesn't scare you anymore, that you can go to bed and you don't have to be afraid anymore, okay? So what I want to do is I'm going to have one of my police officers take you back to the green room, and I'll talk to your brother, okay? All right, Anna, you go with Officer Mike. Do me one favor, stand up. If your mother calls me and I find out you start putting your hands on your sister again, I will personally walk you into juvie myself. All right, let's meet Anna's 13-year-old brother, Ray.
How's that, Crab? I hit her and slap her?
Excuse me, young man.
Excuse me,
First of
what?
all, let me tell you something, okay? I will talk to you, and I will try to speak to you in a respectful manner. But you will watch your language on my stage, and you will show me. And you will show me respect. Do you understand that?
Sort of.
Sort of? Do you want me to disrespect you?
I don't really mind.
You don't mind. And why is that?
Because I don't give a crap what people say about me.
What did I tell you about using words like that?
Don't use them.
Don't use them. Okay?
Whatever.
I'm asking, not whatever. I don't like that word either. Now, I see a young girl, 11 years old, on my stage, crying. And it's bad enough that we get children on the show crying, people abusing them, people not treating them right, using physical force against children, mentally, physically, verbally abusing children. And what's really sad is when it comes from somebody that should be protecting them, loving them, doing everything they can for them. Your little sister, she's here crying because you're hitting her, beating her, saying some bad things to her.
Hitting her and beating her?
I don't think an 11-year-old girl is coming on TV crying her eyes out because you're not doing those things.
Dude,
Do you put your hands on her?
Yeah, when I'm playing with her.
When you're playing with her?
We always wrestle around.
Sit down. Your little sister is talking about when she goes to bed at night, she's scared of you. She's scared that you're going to come into the room and that you're going to hit her.
That's funny considering I tell her goodnight every single night.
So you're saying you're a good brother to her?
Yeah, I haven't touched my sister in like 8 months. I've been nice to her.
And before those 8 months?
I was a complete ass because I was worked over on something.
You were what?
So I was like pissed off at something. Can't recall what it was.
You were mad about something?
Yeah.
What at 13 could you be so mad about that you would start hitting your sister? Listen, when I first heard the story and I see the ages, I'm like, well, isn't that what brothers and sisters do? Get in fights, fight with each other. But now you're 13 years old, you're a teenager. And I would think that every instinct in your body would be to protect your little sister. If your little sister was walking home from school and somebody was pushing your sister down or hitting her, you would do something to protect her, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Dude, I only call her names just to joke around. She knows that. She calls me names
I don't
too.
think she does know that. Were you watching backstage, your sister?
Yeah, I was.
Did that look like she understood what you were doing to her, hitting her, calling her names? Did it look like she understood?
Well, not really. But
Did it seem like she was in a loving relationship with her brother? Because I didn't get that impression. Now, I understand you're 13 years old. And at 13, maybe you're mad about something, but I don't understand what kind of pressures a 13-year-old has. It's been a long, long time since I've been 13. What does the 13-year-old life involve now?
Nothing much. I just hang out with my friends, bike.
Go to school?
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while? Now, how come you don't go to school every day?
When I get extended, I get suspended.
And why do you get suspended?
Because I treat teachers like crap.
It says here you broke into an airport, destroyed cars and windows. Destroyed cars and windows, right?
Pretty much.
Throw a rack through somebody's window. Is that fun?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. How about the guy that is making $8, $9, $10 an hour, and he goes to work and he's trying to make a living, and instead of taking that $8 an hour or $12 an hour, whatever he's making, instead of taking that money that he can use to feed his family, maybe pay a bill, buy his kids some shoes, take them to a movie, no, he's got to spend it on fixing a window that some jerky kid broke.
It's not my problem.
It's not your problem, right? You're right. It's not your problem. It's the guy that has to spend the money. It's the guy that has to go fix it. The guy has to go work 3 or 4 hours to do the damage that took you about 3 seconds to do. So what if he came out and found that jerky kid breaking into his car or breaking his window? And he said, you know what? I'm going to take 3 hours of frustration of when I have to go to work and grind it out. I'm going to take it out on you. And if he was beating you or doing something maybe he shouldn't be doing, would it just be his problem?
No, it'd be mine too, but I don't
It'd
really
be your
care.
problem too, right? And you'd want the police to come, right? Stop it. You'd want the police to come stop from a grown man beating you, right?
No.
No. You just enjoy the beating, right?
I know people, so I don't care.
It's real easy to sit on stage and say you don't care, and it's another end to be on the end of somebody whipping your ass. Welcome to the show. My first guest is Brandon. Brandon, you're 13 years old, right?
Yes.
Okay. You're on the show because you steal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do steal?
Yes.
What do you steal?
Like from stores, like hats, shirts.
Which is a good point. Why don't you take that head off when you're sitting on my stage? And why do you steal hats and shirts?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Because I'm too young to get arrested, so.
Oh, because you're too young to
Can't
get
go to
arrested.
jail.
You can't go to jail because you're too young. This isn't some underprivileged kid sitting up here. This is, you grew up in a nice neighborhood, right?
Yes.
You got a nice swimming pool in the backyard.
Yes.
Yeah, most kids don't have that. And Brandon here, 13, also likes to vandalize. And why do you do that, Brandon?
Because I felt like it at the time.
Oh, because you felt like it. Expelled from 4 different schools?
Yes.
That's something to be proud of?
No.
No. Expelled for dealing drugs.
I was suspended for that.
So you're a 13-year-old drug dealer?
Was.
Are you reformed now?
No.
No.
I'll do it for like my buddies or something if I have it.
Oh, 13 years old. I guess, the pressure of life of diving into that swimming pool in your backyard makes you act out this way. Dad giving you a motorbike and everything else. That's a lot of pressure. I can understand that you're selling drugs because maybe you pay the pool boy to clean the pool? Is that what it is? Does ecstasy, acid, mushroom, and smokes weed. Suspended for fighting numerous times. What are you fighting about?
Well, if they diss me or my parents or
They
stuff
diss.
like that, I don't tolerate that.
First of all, you're not going to swear on my stage, young man. Do you understand? So when somebody insults you or some of your family, you're going to throw down. You're going to teach them a lesson. Is that what it is?
No.
What triggers you to do that? What triggers you to get into that fight, to take a swing at another guy?
Well, I'll diss them back until they actually touch me, and as soon as they push me or something, I'm gonna swing the first punch. Yeah.
You run away 3-4 days at a time. You just take off. Where do you go?
I've actually only ran away once, and that was for 3 days.
And where'd you go?
I just went to my buddies for a little bit because my auntie told me to get out of there, so I did.
Who did?
My
You know what?
auntie.
First of all, what did you just say? What did I tell you about swearing on my stage, young man?
Not to.
And you're going to listen to me. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay. So watch your words carefully, and I'm going to ask you again. You ran away for 3 days, and why did you run away for 3 days?
Because my auntie told me to leave.
Your auntie told you to leave.
Yes.
Well, why didn't you go to Daddy?
Because my dad was in BC and I was in Edmonton.
So you couldn't come up and say, Dad, Auntie kicked me out.
I was at her place. How am I supposed to use a phone?
At 13, you figure out how to sell drugs, but you don't know how to make a phone call to your father.
Well, I was mad too, so.
Oh, so you were mad. This one should make you feel good. He beat up his handicapped cousin.
For one, he's not handicapped.
He is handicapped
No, he's
because
not.
we verified it. Not only is he just a handicapped human being, he's your own flesh and blood. You are the one who said, boy, if anybody disses me or my family, I throw down. Yeah, you throw down on your own flesh and blood when you feel like it. even though you're 13 years old, to beat up somebody that's handicapped, you're a bum. This is a letter from your handicapped cousin to me about what you do to him. He get people to buy him smokes and drugs like pot. He shoot me with a BB gun 2 times in the hand. He picks on me and he hit me so mean times. I tell I stop, but he doesn't stop. He keep on hitting. And he sells drugs. And just reading it the way he wrote, you could tell that this person is disadvantaged.
He can walk.
Oh,
He's not like one
so
of those
it's okay
like
to beat him
handicapped.
up then?
No,
It's
not
okay
like,
to beat him
no,
up.
he's not like one of those handicapped people that are just like in a wheelchair or like
Oh,
can't
so then,
talk
so
or
as long as
anything.
you can stand up, it doesn't matter what your disadvantage
No,
is.
he
huh?
has a grade level.
Why
Like, his
would
grade
I take
level's
anything
under
that comes
that.
out of your mouth and you do all this other stuff, but that's the one thing that keeps sticking you. You want to defend yourself on that one. All these other things you're okay with, but not too many people beat up on handicapped people. That's the thing that's sticking you right now. It's bothering you that you did it. I'm asking you questions, son. You better answer me.
Or else what?
What are you so upset about? Hey, you're not telling anybody here what you're going to do. That's how this is going to go down.
He threatened to kill his teacher and all his classmates.
I have a place that I could take Brandon to. So you're okay with what you did with your cousin? You're okay with it? You feel okay? I'm asking you questions, son. You better answer me.
Or else what?
I got a little surprise for you. It's really in your best interest. You should answer my questions. Because I'll tell you something. I was a police officer for 12 years, almost as long as you've been alive. And you know what? I dealt with really tough kids, Latin kings, disciples that were a lot tougher than you. And you know what? I took those kids to jail. I put handcuffs on them, and I waited for their mommy and daddy to show up. And you know, every one of those tough guys weren't so tough when the policeman had them handcuffed to the wall.
So what are you going to say? You're going to cuff me to a wall?
Would you like me to do that? Would you like me to do
I'm
that?
not scared of a wall.
You're not scared of a wall. It's real easy to say when you're sitting on the stage and I'm dressed like this. But I guarantee you, if I was wearing my Chicago police uniform and I pulled up on the street and I put you in the back of my squad car and I took you into that dirty police station, that dirty interrogation room, and you might hear a few other guys crying in there. I don't know if you'd be so tough. It's easy to say on this stage. And you know what? When guys, real tough guys, try. Okay. Okay, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the show what happens. Your dad called the show asking for my help because he says you're completely out of control. Why are you doing all these things? Your dad's not good to you? Does he beat you?
He has.
He has? And why did he beat you? Just for fun?
No.
He's like you?
I'm just trying to have some fun.
Just trying to have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just been told that you threatened to kill your father, right?
Yes.
And was that just trying to have some fun? Dad, I'm going to kill you?
No.
Why'd you threaten to kill your own father?
Because he threatens me. He tells me that he's going to fail me from school and he's going to do other like that.
You know what? Say, I'm sorry, Steve. I will clean my language up. Say it right now. Say it right now, mister. You say it right now. Apologize for standing on this stage. I swear to God, the show is over. You say that you apologize for swearing in front of these people. I don't even talk like that. Say it right now. Say it. You're going to be in a world of hell. I promise you that. You apologize right now for swearing. Maybe I should bring your dad out and make him make you do it. Young man, you will learn that there are rules and that there is a way to act and that you are 13 years old and you are not going to run the show. You are. Let's bring out Brandon's father. Nice meeting you. Thank you. What's going on with your son here?
Well, first of all, Steve, I didn't bring my son up to be this disrespectful, and I believe in everything you do has a consequence. I have no problem punishing my child. I've tried spanking, I've tried grounding, I've tried stripping everything out of his room except a mattress. He just doesn't care.
And everything that we covered about the drug selling, being suspended from school, running away for days at a time, vandalizing people's personal property. There was something on here about the grandmother, your grandmother, who had temporarily been staying with, writes that you call her names, including effing bitch, in front of your friends. You tell her to leave and get the F out of here, that she's not wanted around. She claims she averages 3 to 6 hours of sleep a night worrying about you, and yet you terrorize her in the middle of the night by screaming in her face. And she's not in good health. I want to talk to your father, so you can get off my stage for now. On the way here, your son tried to bring drugs with him,
Yes,
and you
he
found them. Tell me what happened. I'll be right back. What are you so upset about? What are you so upset about?
Out of here.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you ain't going nowhere talking like that. You're a minor, and you're not going to walk around the secure building. You understand? I'm going to talk to your father. I'm going to listen. You're not going anywhere. You're going to stay here. You're going to wait till I'm done talking to your father, and then I'm going to bring you back out. That's how this is going to go down. You're not telling anybody here what you're going to do. Do you understand? Let's bring his dad over here. You don't want your son going anywhere, do you?
No, absolutely not. We came here to get help.
Okay. Do you have permission that my officers keep him back here so he doesn't hurt himself or go wandering off?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to spend a few minutes talking with your father, and then I'll bring you back out.
I'm not going back.
And you will go back out. And you know what? I told you before, you don't run the show, mister. I'm here to help you. And you better take the help. Because if you don't take my help, someday when you're 18, you'll be wishing and praying for the help. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help your father. So I think that if you were wise, you'd open that mind just a crack to say, maybe Steve knows what he's talking about, and I'm going to give him a chance and listen. And until I'm done talking with your father, then I will get to you.
You got to come pick this kid up. He is out of control.
I see a father that's totally torn up.
Like, he's killing me, and he just doesn't care.
You want to find out how tough you really are, Brandon? My producer's telling me that you've been a good dad, that you provided a lot of things for this kid.
Everything he needs.
Swimming pool.
Dirt bikes, electric guitars, drums, trampolines, anything he wants.
Has he always been this way?
From grade 2 and on.
Really?
Oh, grade 3, he threatened to kill his teacher and all his classmates. And then he got kicked out of grade 3. And then that's when his mom kind of washed her hands of him and said, you take him. So we've been struggling like
so you're separated or divorced or whatever?
For over 10 and a half
Right,
years.
so she had him acting out, says, I'm not dealing with it anymore.
Your problem. I'm
and
watching.
so you just, as a good father, you took him in?
Oh, I love him more than anything in the world. He's the only thing I got left in this world. And he's tearing us apart, and I know we can be a happy family. He's got to get past this attitude.
Well, how did it get this bad?
I don't know. We've tried family counseling. I put him in anger management. He got kicked out of anger management. They didn't want him in there.
What have you done to discipline your son?
I've tried spanking. I don't believe in beating your child. I believe in, you know what, you're going to get a wallop on the butt. With our therapy and stuff, they said, okay, strip out everything out of his room, leave nothing, no clothes, no nothing. Hell, I think 3 days, she even told us to leave him right down into his underwear. That's the only thing he gets in his room.
And none of this helped?
And none of it helped.
How's this affecting you?
I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease 7 years ago. I've lost 40 to 50 pounds. I used to be over 200 pounds. He's watched me in the hospital. Tubes coming out of me.
Because of his behavior, this is
it's killing us. It's killing me. I can't. I've went in for nervous breakdowns. I don't know how many times. I love him more than anything. And to see how he talks to you and everybody else, that's how he talks to everybody. And I know he's a good kid inside. I know he is.
So you work and you provide and you give to him.
I've lost so much work because I've had to leave work to go deal with him with schools. I mean, I get calls every day from schools when he is in school. You got to come pick this kid up. He is out of control. I can't keep a relationship. No woman wants to be with me because they don't want to
be
deal
around
with
his kid. You've had to move 6 times because of your son.
I've had to move out of different cities because he got kicked out of so many different schools that no school will accept him. We've practically moved half across Canada, and I'm in the last province where we can go, and he can't even go to school. I want my son to be a doctor, a lawyer, a pilot, or something, but my God, a drug dealer, that's not.
Well, let's be honest.
What are you gonna accomplish in life as a drug dealer?
No, you could be in jail or be dead.
Yeah, and I know if I don't get help now, by the time he's 16, he is going to be dead.
I mean, I see a father that's totally torn up.
But I'm dying. Like, he's killing me, and he just doesn't care. I don't know what to do. I've tried everything.
Well, now you've tried everything because you called me.
And you're the only one that's even willing to help us.
I want to bring Brandon back out. Hey, Brandon, here's your father sitting up on the stage in front of everybody, crying over his pain for you. How does that make you feel?
Like a jackass.
Look at your father in the eyes. You're killing this man. I don't think I've ever seen a father on my stage so tortured over his own child. Someday. You're up for the challenge. It's too late. We're here. We're going in. Let's go. I'm going to introduce you to some people that are going to show you what life is going to be like. I want you to say goodbye to your father. Wow. Hi, babe. Don't worry, man. So, when you're in here, there's no jumping out of a car. There's no running away for 3 days. There's no running to your buddy's house. There's no running anywhere. You can only escape for so long. Everybody runs, but eventually they get you, just like you tried today, get away. When you're at home and you run away from your father for 3 days, he doesn't know where you're at. Guess what? When you're here, he'll know where you're at all times. You'll be sitting in this little cell. Not much to do in there, is it? No TV, no Game Boy, no nothing. I guess you could turn that toilet into. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
You like fighting disabled people? I'm able. You want to move? I'm going to close these bars. If you attempt to come out, do not move. How you like it?
I don't like it at all.
Why not? Why you don't like it? You don't have a choice. You think you're fighting choices. You're taking all the wrong ones for the wrong. Acting like an animal, so we will contain you like. Get your long hair, pretty butt.
You can only try so much. This is the end of. You have no reason to act the way you do. Yeah, start crying now. You're not taking it seriously. You see your father here crying? Look what you're doing to your father. What has he done wrong? All he's done is care about you, give you everything. Welcome to the show. My first guest is Jade. Is that pronouncing that right? And you're 15 years old, and why are you on the show today?
My mom called the show because she says I have an attitude problem, which I don't think I got nothing wrong with me. She said that I have an attitude problem because I like to drink, not listen. I like to do crystal meth, smoke weed, pop pills. I ain't got no problem. She's the one with the problem.
And I see you got hickeys on your neck.
Yup. That's what
Engaging
they
in
are.
sex at 15.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see any kind of problem.
Nope. I don't
Nope.
see there's nothing wrong
No
with
problem doing crystal meth, doing drugs. So it's a good idea to like lose control of your senses.
I don't lose control of my senses.
So you're the one person that does crystal meth, and you're totally focused.
Yep, I'm totally fine with it.
They tell me you do a drug called Skittles.
Skittles. It's called Triple C, but they call it Skittles.
What is that?
It's a pill that gets you really high, and that's why I overdosed on it. Because I took 26 of them.
You overdosed on it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you stay really focused and control. 15 years old and you have sex with men and women.
Yeah. Isn't that surprising?
Nothing wrong with being bi. I mean, if you want to be with women,
ain't
I don't
nothing
see
wrong
any
with
problem with it. I think at 15, though, you're too immature, and especially by the things that you're saying on my stage, you're too immature to be in a sexual relationship.
Okay.
Okay.
And your point is?
You hang out with gang members?
Yeah.
And why is that? Because you want to do that too?
Yeah, I do.
And why do you want to do that?
Why do I want to do that? Because those are the people I like hanging out with. Nobody's going to stop me hanging out with who I want to hang out with.
And why do you like
Not my
hanging
mom,
out with gang
not
members,
you,
though?
not the police.
Why do you
Nobody's
like
gonna
hanging
stop
out with gang
me.
members?
Because I can.
You want to say you want to hang around with gang members and you want to join a gang? You should be able to articulate it. Why do you want to do that?
Because
Not
I
just
do.
because.
That's my answer. Because I do. That's my answer.
Because you do.
Yeah, that's my answer.
So what if your mom says, hell with you, I'm going to lock your ass up, I'm going to throw you in juvie hall because that's what I want to do?
Well, then she can do that. I'll go through my friends in there. If she does it, that's fine for me. I mean, it's education for me in there. I already know people that's in juvie. I'm fine with it.
You're fine with juvie.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine with juvie standing on my stage and saying
I'm
it.
fine
When
with
you're
it.
actually there, I don't think you'd have this attitude while you're in there.
All my friends, almost all my friends have been in there.
And they all want to get out, right?
Not all of them.
Oh, they want to stay in juvie.
No, not all of them.
What gang do you want to join?
Well, you don't got to worry about it. I ain't going to say it on TV.
Why?
Why?
You're so proud. You want to hang out with them and you want to join their gang. Show the pride. Show the pride. Yeah, show the pride.
Yeah, that's a good one. And if I do it, I do it. I'm not going to go out running the streets saying I'm going to join a gang every day. I mean,
So watch your mouth.
it ain't like that, so.
Well, tell me. Educate me. How is it?
How is it?
How is it? Because I have a little girl at home and I want to do everything I can do to prevent her from acting like this. So tell me.
You get girls on me on the stage almost every day, so you get girls like me before. I've seen plenty of your shows. I was watching your show when they called me. So I see what you do every day. I see how you yell at people. I ain't saying it's a bad thing. I mean, but I'm just saying.
So let me ask you something, Jade. Jade, I don't think this is how a girl really wants to act. Maybe something's happening in your life. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your life that you would act like this. But I got to imagine you're 15. When you were 10 years old, you didn't act like this.
No, it started when I was 13. Started doing drugs, hanging out with the wrong people. And then I got kicked out of school when I was 13. And then ever since then, it's
What? Let me,
not been
and now,
good.
I don't want to yell at you. I want to know, at 13 years old, why did you make the decision to start using drugs?
Because I started hanging out with the wrong people.
Well, okay,
at
let's
school.
start right there. Why do you say that they were the wrong people?
Because
you started using drugs?
Yeah, because I started using drugs, and I started running away since I met them. I started getting cars with boys, saying I can do whatever I want to do when I was 13, and then I first got arrested when I was 13.
And what did you get arrested for?
For running away, except for running away from the cops.
When you were 13 years, what drug did you use at 13?
Weed.
And when did you start using these heavier drugs?
14.
14, a year later?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the night that you overdosed.
Well, I was hanging out with my friends, and we decided to go to the store to jack some pills. So that's what we did. We got the pill. We went back to her pad.
You stole some pills.
Yeah, we stole some pills. We went back to her pad. Started taking them. I took 26.
Jade, sit down with me. Talk to me, please. Please sit down and talk with me.
I took the pills. Then I started getting really sick. I started throwing up everywhere.
You took 26 pills.
Maybe 27, 26.
26, 27 pills. And
And
you almost died from it. Honestly, just tell me. You did that and you woke up the next day and you lived. What did you feel about doing that?
Nothing. I didn't care.
Why don't you care? Honestly, don't you want to live life?
Yeah, but I didn't care. I still don't care. I still take pills.
If your mother someday has to come down to a hospital, instead of talking to a doctor, the doctor's telling her that you're dead. Think about it. Your mother. You love your mother, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you think your mother loves you?
Yeah. She told me she loves me, but she's annoying. She talks too much.
Excuse me.
Sorry. She talks way too much. She needs to shut her mouth like every day.
Stand up for a second. Just stand up. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tolerate it. You're 15 years old. You want to smirk and you want to cuss your mom out and be disrespectful. We're going to see how tough you are when I take your ass to jail.
Welcome to hell, ladies. I am the devil.
What do you want out of life? What do you want to be someday?
I don't know yet.
Did you ever have any dreams of being anything?
I want to do hair, but I don't know.
You want to be a hairstylist? A little known fact about me, I went to beauty school when I was your age.
You did?
Yeah, I did. My mother
With
was...
no hair.
I had long, beautiful hair when I was 15 years old.
Are you lying to me?
No, I'm not.
Did you braid it every day or what?
No, I blow dried it. And I thought that I'd be blow drying it forever. And then about 10 years later, it just started disappearing. Honest God, that's the truth. And honest to God, I went to beauty school when I was 15 years old. I didn't want to go. My mom made me go. But I'm saying at 15, I know you have this hard edge to you. And honestly, I'm looking at you, and you might have some friends, like you said, the wrong people. And I certainly don't think you want to hang out with, like we talk about gangs. They rob, steal, beat people up, sell drugs, and kids and adults die because of it. And I know, listen, be yourself. You say you have friends. Oh, they like juvie, and it's okay. Not all my friends. But honestly, I think you're smarter than that. I don't think you'd want for 1 second to have your freedom, your liberty denied to you. Do you know some kids that don't do drugs, that are good kids, are good students, are good members of their community? You don't know anybody? Well, because maybe you're just too busy hanging out with the wrong kids. You know, I do the show, and I do yell at people, and I'm really hard on some people, and especially when they're older and they're adults and they've made the decisions they made. But you're 15 years old, and the thing is, you have your whole life in front of you, and maybe we can change it. Maybe we can save you. And that's why I don't want to yell at you, right? I want to get through. I want to get through the skull and say, hey, wake up, man. You could be anything. You could do anything. Don't throw your life away for nonsense. I want to bring your mom out.
You do crystal meth. I can't believe what you've just told him. You've lied to me. I ask you about drugs all the time. You told me you've only done marijuana. Why?
Why are you embarrassing
so
me?
much,
Shut
Jada?
up, man. You're annoying.
Listen. please.
But she doesn't have to
you know
cry
what?
in my face.
Listen, I'm
I
trying to.
understand you're mad, but you get all in my face.
Listen to me, young lady. I'm trying to speak to you in a respectful manner, and I'm trying to give you respect right now.
Just sit down.
Listen, look at me. Do not tell your mother anything. You are a child, and you listen to your adult mother. Do you understand? You almost lost your daughter to an overdose.
Crying.
I have 2 children at home, and I see your daughter and the things that she says and what she wants to do, and I want to do everything I can to prevent it. Tell me exactly how does it feel knowing your daughter overdosed?
That day was the scariest day of my whole life. She calls me up and I just thought she had a stomach ache. By the time I picked her up, got her home, she was foaming at the mouth. And I asked her, "Did you do drugs?" And she's like, "No, I just have a stomach ache." And I was like, "There's something wrong." And that's when she finally admitted that she had done this cold and flu medicine. By the time we got her to the hospital, literally, you guys, she was like this in my arms. She was foaming at the mouth. She's throwing up.
She's doing what you're doing, that you actually did it. She's just showing us how you did it. And listen, I'm going to tell you, watch your mouth. Don't be disrespecting your mother.
You don't have to yell at me, and I'll stop pressing.
You know what? I've tried not yelling at you, and if you're not going to listen, then I'm going to yell. But I don't want to yell. So listen to your mother. Don't disrespect her on my stage. Don't disrespect her at home.
Well, then don't yell at me.
Listen, stop swearing. Don't disrespect your mother, and I won't yell at you. That's a promise.
Your does not belong in my face.
You know what? I'm really trying. I'm really trying.
Yeah, I'm really trying too, but your finger's all in my face.
It's not up in your face.
It just was.
Don't you have respect for yourself?
Shut up! Why do you talk so much? She never talks back to me, only because you're right here. Your finger's in my face again.
Too damn bad, young lady. That's right, I'm going to get crazy because I hear the way a 15-year-old talks to her mother. Am I far away enough now?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Did you come here because you actually want to change your life, or do you feel that you're just going to be defiant the whole show and say, hell with you, hell with my mother, hell with everybody, and I want to go out on the street?
I'm here if I need help.
Do you want help?
I wouldn't be here if I
do you want
don't
help?
need it. Yes,
okay,
I do.
Then please be quiet while we listen to your mother's story.
By the time I got her to the hospital, we rushed her into a emergency bed. And she's crying. She's like, "Mommy, am I going to be okay?" The hardest thing was to sit there and hold her hand while they're putting IVs in her, and her heart rate would go and then it'd flatline and it'd go and it'd flatline. And I'm sitting there having to tell my daughter, "You're going to be okay. Stay strong, honey. You're going to be okay." She wasn't. I didn't have anyone. I couldn't call anybody. I didn't want to walk away from her hand. I was so afraid that I was going to lose my daughter that night. And I couldn't tell anybody. By the time they started hooking in IVs, we also realized that she had been tagged from her breast all the way to her navel. When we called the police...
What does that mean?
People had written their names on her and their initials.
Why?
Well,
it's not how it seems.
When the police...
Well, hold on a second. Mom, you tell me, why did they write their names on her?
Well, when the police got there to take a report, I mean, you know how hard it is to have to go in there and take a picture of your daughter covering things up just to take a report for a police officer? And he said that some of the gang members, what they do is they give them these pills to get them unconscious, but they tag them. And when she hits the point of being unconscious, then they do something called the train.
That's not what it was.
If I did not show up that day, who knows what?
It was before I took the pills.
I'm talking.
But it was before I took the pills.
You let men.
And no, it didn't even see how.
Well, I'm
like,
asking you. Before you took the pills, you let guys scrawl all over you?
A guy did it right here, and then a girl put her first initial and her last initial right here. It wasn't for no gain. They did a bomb. It's called a bomb on your stomach. They did it on my stomach of their name. It wasn't being initiated into anywhere.
Don't you have respect for yourself, Jade? Why would you let someone?
It was a girl.
I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. Have respect for yourself.
Shut up. Why do you talk so much?
Because you're disrespectful.
Embarrassing on TV. Okay, I get that I'm disrespectful. That's why I'm here. Okay, well, then you don't have to yell at me. You don't have to yell at me. I get that you love me, but you don't have to yell at me on TV. You are seriously annoying me. This is what I go through every day. I get that you love me, but you ain't got to say it
what
like
do you
it's
go
different.
through every day?
This.
This is so terrible.
Language.
You have a mother that cares about you.
Jade, I don't want to see you
I'll
dead.
tell you something.
Okay, well, you don't have to try getting crazy with me just because somebody's right here.
Dead?
She never talks back to me, only because you're right here.
I don't want to see you dead.
No,
I don't want to see you
back
drugged.
it up. Back
You know what,
I don't want to take
Jade,
care
do
of
me a
my
favor.
baby.
No.
Do me a favor. Stand up for a second. Just stand up. You know, I don't get it. And I don't want to be one of these guys. I really don't want to be these guys. Oh, back in the day when I was a kid, I walked 10 miles through the snow. But I certainly had a father that would have whipped my ass if I would even acted 10% of what you're acting. You know, that's part of the problem.
Your finger's in my face again.
Oh, no, it's not in your face.
Oh, it's right
you
here.
walk up. Hey,
right here.
you know what? Too damn bad, young lady. That's right. I'm going to get crazy because I hear the way a 15-year-old talks to her mother. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tolerate it. You're 15 years old. I tried to be nice. I tried to actually sit down and have a conversation with you. And I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm talking to you civilized. But what I won't do is allow any child talk to their mother on my stage the way you do. You know, I get kids on here begging me that their parents are on drugs. And please, Steve, can you help me? Because I want my mother. Your mother's here because she cares about you. She wants you stopping drugs. So you know what? You're way ahead of the ball game. Mm-hmm. What are you, some spoiled little brat? Yep. You think you're calling the shots? Do you really?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
What's that smirk for?
Because I have a smirk. You
got a smirk? Oh, that's real funny. Mm-hmm. I think I know how to wipe it off your face.
Do it.
I'm going to. But you think like you're just coming around and you're the first 15-year-old I've ever dealt with?
No, I've seen your show.
Yeah. You think you're going to be real tough in jail?
Yeah. You want to send me to jail?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then that's fine with me.
Oh, good. And with your permission, we can take her to jail?
You have my permission.
You want to smirk and you want to cuss your mom out and be disrespectful? We're going to see how tough you are when I take your ass to jail.
Welcome to hell, ladies. I am the devil.
You are the father. Get off my stage.
Basketball is back. Watch the action live on a variety of networks.
Tell me how did this happen with this 15-year-old?
You know, she's always been kind of a difficult kid. But, you know, years ago, like the Jade I miss is the one who was funny. She would dance and put shows on for us. We'd cuddle up and watch TV. And Steve, this was only a few years ago. And I've lost my daughter. I don't know.
And how did you lose your daughter?
She just started hanging out with gang members.
You know, she said that she doesn't know any good kids. I don't believe that. I think everywhere there's some kids that say
she lives with a good kid. My other daughter is
no, she's not.
Is a great kid. She
thinks
volunteers.
So great.
She works.
You know what? If you don't
but
listen to
she's
me,
lying.
you will listen to me.
But
I'm
she's
going to have you
lying.
thrown off the stage. How's that?
Well, then I can go off the stage if you want me to.
Take her off the stage. You ain't at home. What? Well, with your permission, let me take your daughter to jail.
You have my permission.
You know, I actually tried. I wanted to talk to you and actually maybe get through here on the stage and not have to take you to Detroit and put you in that very bad situation. But you want to smirk and you want to cuss your mom out and be disrespectful for her. You want to sit back here and smirk while your mom's crying on stage.
I'm not smirking, though.
Well, I saw you smirking on stage. I see you trying to call the shots, okay, and telling me not to do this and telling your mom to shut up. Well, we'll see. We're going to see how tough you are in jail. We're going to see. I want to see that fierce attitude that you have. I want to see you have it tomorrow when I take your ass to jail.
She believes anything people tells her.
How you doing?
What's up? Who's this to, buddy?
Jose.
Jose?
Yep. Yeah, do my I take a picture with you too?
Of course.
All right, give me this one.